Hello guys and welcome to another video. This time I'll be bringing the top 5 ADCs for this last patch. We are on the Dagi patch, that's like OB24 if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But I want to talk about the ADC top 5. I can do a top 5 of mid if you all guys also want to. Right now I'm playing ADC for a couple more time because that's the role I'm playing on the Smite Prime that I play on Saturdays. So I'm bringing that. Let's start with like a honorable mention, which is like they're strong if you know how to play them really well. One of them is Uller. Uh, he's like super strong in lane, especially in 1v1s. The problem is that he doesn't have a lot of objective damage. Like he doesn't do those like some bimbo dagger frenzy crit builds. He's more of a poke character with a lot of range. You can definitely one-shot squishies so easily with like your combo. And the build I usually go, it's of course it's Bluestone. I like going Transcendence next. Um because this feels really nice but also really bad sometimes because if the other ADC punishes you for going scaling item, uh you can fall behind, but like I think you just play for like your power spikes. Usually I use farm till I have my second item, which is Hydras. This is like such a power, like this is your power spike. Here you can solo anybody because the auto attack cancel when you have Hydras on it. So this is your power spike for me. So I recommend not fighting when you have Transcendence unless, like, of course, like if the enemy just like does something wrong, of course you gotta punish that, but like I recommend not fighting till you have this. And then there's also a huge power spike that I really like. Usually people go Crusher here on mid because it's like more DPS, but I think for a laning phase like ATC, I think Pendulum third is a really good option because you can like full combo somebody, then Pendulum Blade, and you should have your first combo back. Like if you ask somebody, um, let's say you want to treat them with your bow after, your axe might be back, same as your jump. Um, so I think this is like a super strong combo, especially for like ADC because you can just like 1v1 the opponent so easily. And then we don't go Crusher anymore here. We go Heartseeker because the Crusher slot should be here. If you do like Crusher and you don't like this, you can still go Crusher, but I think this is super strong. You Heartseeker next into Titans, and since you are not an ADC, like a normal ADC that does damage to objectives, I really recommend going Barbed Carver. I know a lot of people is just like, but Barbed Carver, but you don't have a lot of lifesteal, what are you doing? I think this helps you do objectives. I tried it multiple times. Like I know it just feels better whenever you have lifesteal. I'm pretty sure the lifesteal you get with your passive works for this how's it called, for Barded cover. So I recommend going it. I'm pretty sure it works. So go for it. I think you should always go bits on this character because you don't have a CC immunity. So go bits and usually start with this Bluestone 2 health potions, and I recommend a mana potion. This is the only god that I go mana potions on. Like literally the only god that I go mana potions on. So this is pretty much how you start, and of course like your axe tier 1 that it's over here, like is your start. Okay. Let's go over the second honorable mention, which is Soul. I think if you know how to put the pressure on this character, you win games, especially on like low mid elo games, let's say like a plat diamond. I think this character is super strong because the people doesn't expect your damage. Like your passive on the early game just gives you like way too much damage. Like I remember I was autoing somebody for like 91 and they were autoing me for like 78. So that's a lot of damage difference. So you also have more attack speed because you're passive. So I recommend going this build. I think Dagger of Frenzy is one of the best items in the game right now. I think you can build this on pretty much every ADC and you're never gonna go wrong with it. There's items that I prefer first with other ADCs, but that's just because of feeling and also because like um they work better that way. But you can never go wrong with Dagger of Frenzy, okay? Keep that in mind. Um Dagger Frenzy, and then this second item is something that I've been trying. It's something that it's been feeling good. This gives you a little intelligence. It's a little bit, it's 45, it's not that much. But remember your abilities scale of intelligence. This like really helps you in the early game to do a little more damage with your abilities. And it also gives you 30% attack speed, which I think it's insane. Like how much does Obo gives you? I think it's like 40? 45. So this is 30% attack speed, and it also increases your damage up to 80 more when you just keep hitting gods or jungle bosses. I really like going this for pulling illegal furies. Like the cold furies are just gone when you have this. So this is like I like, and then it's just a classic oboe into titans. I think those two, like those 3 and 4 slots, are almost the same for like every ADC. By the way, like this needs to be on your third and fourth slot if you're playing ADC, in my opinion. Uh, it's just like Oboe is super OP, and Titans, I like you need pen early for like those tanks. So try to do this, and then here like you could go more attack speed like this or like this, or if they have a lot of health this, but I really this is gonna repeat it on in a couple builds. I really like, oh, I gotta follow, hello. I'm recording this, by the way. I'm not like streaming. I don't know why I gotta follow, but that catch me off guard. Anyways, Musashi's into Deathbringer. You're gonna be like, what? You don't have rage? Where are you going crit? So Musashi gives you 30%. You're gonna have 50% crit, which is like every 2 autos you should be able to crit. And your autos, when they're not crit, they still hit pretty hard. They hit for like a 400. So if you crit, that's like a 800, 900 crit. They give you like pretty good strength, and also when you critical strike somebody, you get like 50% movement speed for 5 seconds, which is like super good for like chasing and like strafing. Um, I like this. Try it out. If you don't like crit, you can always go like Hasten or like Keens or like Exy. Anything's fine. But like this is like completely fine. I'm not sure why put this. And your start is just like the classic potions into the little axe. And on soul, you can go any relic, by the way. You have an immunity and your tree lets you get away with a lot of things. If they don't have a lot of CC, I recommend going shell. This helps you have a crazy 2v2. So try it out. If you don't like it, just go the classic bits. It's fine. But like if you know that you're playing with a shell that is just gonna reduce their auto attack damage on the enemy dual lane, like the 2v2 should be one for you basically. So try it out. Let me know how it feels. But let's go finally over the top 5. All of these ADCs in the top 5 are super strong. It's just a matter of like how well you play them and like how safe they are too. Because I think Artemis, it's in my top 5. I think she hits super hard. She's super strong early on with her passive. The tree is a lot of poke. The trap. If you trap somebody in the early game, they shoot beats. Like if you trap somebody on like the second wave when you hit level 2, they should beats that. It's a 1.75 root duration. Like they should beats that. So she's super strong. She's also feels super really good late game, and she kills tanks super quick. So what I like on this Artemis is actually the Let's Embrace, of course, but we're not gonna go Dagger Frenzy. I like there's a build that a lot of people like, but I personally don't like. Um, because I think it's a lot of like buttons management, which is okay. Like if you wanna have like two actives, sorry, that's cool. But I think you almost get the same DPS with these two items. Like people go this and also go this. But I think the DPS is really equal, especially if you're just hitting tanks. Just go this. So this is where I go. This is more consistent damage because if your dagger frenzy is not up, like your damage is not as consistent like with having this. So this is what I like. And then like I said, it's just a classic Oppo into Titans. And then I do like going more pen on this character. I usually go this, and then the last one, I kind of like going. Where is it? So this usually my build. You're a non-mobility ADC, so this is why I go clock last. I can even go clock here, by the way. Like you can change the slots here. Like just go clock here if you feel like you need it. And this cloak gives you the opportunity of like going ages, which is like it helps you a lot late game. So you basically have like a free beats kinda and ages, but you can also just go beats. And the only change here in this build is the Xe. You can change this Xe for pretty much hasten or like Kins. You don't go wrong with any of those options. I think Xe is usually the optimal unless you see that the enemy is just building 20k health like Kins. And then again, it's just the classic. Like this is gonna be for almost every city. It's just like 3 health potions. I don't think you need a multi potion. I think your mana sustain is really easy with like that stuff. And then just the little axe. Okay. Now let's go over number 4. This character can scale. Not scale. Like can go up. From top 4 to like top 2 if you know how to play his bounces. I think his bounces are sometimes a lucky factor, where if you know how to do the bounces, like if you know like the geometry of the map, I sound like a nerd. But like if you do know the geometry of the map, this should help you a lot. Like this character, instead of being top 4, it turns into like that top 3, top 2. But you gotta play him a lot to do that. Okay, so you don't go aspect, by the way. No aspect. Aspect is bad. No aspect. Um, and he's basically a super lame bully, by the way. You can pretty much jump in if you know nobody's close, and you should be able to force the enemy jumps super easy, or beats, or anything from them. And if they don't do that, you have a easy bounce, especially if there's like a wall behind them. Or you can like 3 ult, use your wall to like double bounce. Like this character is super strong. Um, he's only top 4 because I don't think he is that easy. Like he is easy. Like you can like the one is easy to hit. It's just like sometimes you need to do the bounces to get like the max value. So the build for this character, it's I like going the classic dagger frenzy. I actually played him yesterday and I won like 14 on 1. Um this, and then the classic oboe into Titans. And then I do like hasten on this character. I don't know why. But you can also go crit because crit late game just feels super good, man. Crit late game just feels super good. I do think if they are really tanky, they have like 3 tanks especially. You go XE and the damage with your passive feels super strong. So I think the most like efficient, not efficient, like this is more constant. Like this is a super constant build. Like this is always gonna feel good, always. So and then your last can be pretty much anything. I like I said, I go in hasten. So I think you can not go wrong with this build. Okay. Like I said, if you wanna go crit in those last 2 spots, go for it. It's good. It's good. And then let's go over the third place, which is Anhur. Why is he over Hojim? I think this character one shots. Like he just one shots. Like first wave, if you hit like 1-2 autos into Impel, you Impel here it's for like 180 because it applies passive, and I think that's illegal. Like I actually think that's illegal. Like the physical protection is reduced for 20. On the early game, it's a lot. It's basically almost 3 damage because early game nobody has a lot of prots. Um, so this character just one shots. Also, the ult does a lot of damage, and it had. I remember like when you max it, the cooldown gets reduced by 5 seconds every point you put on it. So it just feels super strong. It feels like you can always just jump in on somebody and force anything. I kind of just kill them, to be honest. Like if you are able to hit your ult is almost like 60-80% of their health if you hit everything. And then they just gotta hit like a couple autos or you're due and they're dead. Which is like, for example, this Artemis, like this peak, like if you have an Artemis in the enemy team, like you just jump on her. If she installs, you ult her ult and she's dead. Like you just gotta hit your stuff and she's dead. Like this character just feels super strong. The problem is that his attack speed, he doesn't have like attack speed stim, so he's not as good late game. But like you should be able to win, like get a lead enough that it's gonna feel good. Um, for this guy, I do like the Dagger Frenzy first. Um, into the Tearfink. Like this build for ADCS is just kind of standard. Dagger Frenzy, like I said, best item in the game probably, almost. Like Sunbeam Bow is also good. Like if you like when you have Dagger Frenzy and you pop it and you have like Anchor passive and a little more attack speed, like you're hitting. Well, like with these 2 items, you're hit for like 220 if I remember correctly. 220 with 2 items, it's a lot. It's like way too much. Like it's not even fair. Um, into the classic oboe, I like going crit on this character. I always got like going crit on this character. I feel like you need it because your late game is bad, so you kind of need to one shot with the couple autos you're hitting, so you don't have a lot of attack speed. So always try going crit. If you don't like it, sure, but I really recommend crit. Like especially on Anhur, because you don't hit that much auto attacks because your attack speed is low. Like the couple auto attacks you're hitting here, um, should be giving you like the win, especially if they have like a Mercury or something. Like also, I forgot to say this. If they have high dive, let's say they have a Janus, Mercury, Dorsolo, for example, go crit because they will be diving you. If it's different, if they have like an Odin, Jungle, Germ Solo, and then like Jimir, you don't need crit. It's definitely better to like go King's Xe. But that's for every ADC. Like it's just a feeling like when you're building, always have to keep in mind what's better for you, for yourself, and how you can survive the fights and kill them quicker. Sorry. But yeah, character super strong. Like you can first pick it and you're not gonna go wrong with it. Now we have the last two, which is the second place. It's gonna be taken by Need Aspect. Need Aspect, okay. If you wanna play ADC and you wanna play her mage, it's not bad, but uh, you're not gonna get as much value when you're playing Aspect. Aspect is insane, by the way. I think I already did like 3 videos about it. I play this character almost every single day on my streams. This character goes super crazy. Like it gives you like the attack speed you're getting on early game if you have the 6 stacks, because remember when you have aspect, you get a max buff of 6 stacks instead of just 3. So you get attack speed, you get intelligence. I'm pretty sure you get a couple of strength too. Um, the buff lasts for less time. I think it's like 80 seconds or maybe 20. I don't remember exactly the number. So you gotta like micromanage your passive a lot. Like you just gotta like 2-1 your ground sometimes, even if you're not hitting anybody, so you don't lose the passive. But whenever you have the passive at level 4, when you don't have ult, your attack speed is gonna be like 1.85 or 1.89 if I remember correctly. That's with no items and with not purple. Uh so nobody gets to that attack speed early game. So you can already imagine how it looks in late game. In late game, it's like you almost reach the 4 attack speed, which is like you are gonna hit 4 autos per second. Like the game doesn't even catch up to the animation anymore. You're hitting 4 autos per second. Everybody just dies. Everybody who's in front of you, you're just machine gun, and you just keep left clicking, and they die. Um, you guys don't believe me? I have a video last Saturday. I was like 1v2 and 1v3, and it's just insane. The thing is, like, you do gotta micromanage your passive a lot. If you don't micromanage your passive, you are like this is not gonna feel as strong, but I promise you it's super strong. You get your passive when you do like you break the whips, or if you ult, you get the full 6 stacks, and then you can keep up with the passive there. I recommend, like, when there's a 1v1 and you don't have passive, just ult somebody. Even if you don't full charge it, ult somebody for the passive. Like literally just ult somebody for the stun, and then you get like the attack speed. You should be able to just kill them just by the attack speed. This build is different. You do go Let's Embrace, but you're gonna go Bimbo first, okay? And then you're gonna go Transcendence. Why Transcendence seconds and why not first? Or like, why are you going Transcendence in this god? Why? Because you are gonna be using your 2 and 1 a lot. And by a lot, I mean is like you're gonna use it every 12 seconds. Why? You need to keep up your passive. So you need the extra mana and also the mana regen, and it also helps with like the Sunbeam mana you're like losing over here. So this feels super good. This is the mana that you need for playing the aspect. You can go Transcendence first if you feel like you can get away with it, but I recommend Sunbeam Bow first because it's just more early game. Like, if you have Sunbeam Bow first and you have your full passive charge, I think you just win a fight super easy. Like, you just win it, okay? And then it's just the classic again. Like Tearfing doesn't really fit in this build. Personally, I don't like it. I think this is better. And then Xe, since you hit so many autos, people is just dying in front of you, right? So the Xe passive gets like so much value, okay? Like you just get so much value if you build Xe with this character. Like you almost get the passive in like 2 seconds, which is insane. Like you're like just one-shotting any tank. You're also one-shotting objectives because you have Sunbeam Bow and Oboe. You're gonna have Xe for the objectives. Like this is the build. I promise you, this is the build. The last the last slot can be pretty much anything. You can go Hasten to like chase people and like strafe. You can go Tearfing if you feel like you want a little more of yellow numbers. I think the optimal might be Jordans. And you're gonna be like, Jordans? Why do you want a Jordans? So it gives you 25 cooldown rate, and it reduces the cooldown on your ultimate on a god kill or assist. This helps you with like the passive of that, especially on late game, where like if you're like fighting on like Fire Giant or whatever, um, you're gonna realize that you can not always charge the passive. Like maybe there's somebody running at you and you need to use your one to like peel yourself. You might lose the passive there. So like the 25 cooldown rate is gonna help you with that. So you maybe get your 2-1 combo back, so you can keep charging passive. Also, if you just ult at the beginning of one fight and you start getting like assist or like a kill, your ult should be back pretty easy. So I think this is the optimal. But like I said, the last slot could be anything, but I do think this is the optimal. And then we're gonna go over the last one, Jingwei. Jingwei is the best ADC. She has good push. She's safe. She has crit on her two. Her two has a lot of scaling. It has 110% scaling. You hit harder than almost every ADC. You can auto attack cancel with this character. You can like one shot people. You can fly over the backline. You can like dash in the backline and one shot somebody and then like ult out if they are camping you in dual lane. You can dash out and then ult out. This is just the best ADC in the game. The only problem is that it doesn't have a lot of early game, because usually the build is with Devos, but I think you might as well just go Dagger Frenzy first if you feel like you need it. If you wanna run for the full late game, it's the Devil's End. Okay, so you wanna go this first. Usually this works in rank all the time because like you're not getting like super pressure or like super camped. So you should be able to get away with it. You wanna go Rage first into Deathbringer, and then the Titans were here. Why is this build different? Like why am I not going Oboe? Or like why do I have no attack speed? Because you rely on auto attack canceling a lot in this character. You basically, I'll show you guys in a second. Let's just finish the build. You go Musashi here, so you have like even more crit, and then here it's a Hydras. This is what I mean with auto attack canceling. You're gonna be using your two, like your two, when you have all the charges. You can pretty much you don't really use your three empower attacks. I think you use one or you use two and then you two again. You never use the three of them, so you auto attack cancel. Why? Let me show you guys why. Let's go over practice real quick. Cooldowns level 20. So this is basically what you do. Like you use your two, okay? And then you like two, like you can like two, like you see this? Like this is basically what you're doing in late game because you have no attack speed, right? So you're just like auto attack cancel. Like you knock up somebody, and then you like auto attack cancel. Let me show you on like a Ymir. Let's say you knock up this guy. You have your two already. Like I have no attack speed, but I'm like auto attack cancel 1/2. This is what you're doing late game, and if you are like field build, you should look something like this. So let's go. I'm not gonna go Devils because I want to stack that. Just like crit. open Hydras, right? And then level 20 with some prods. It should look something like this. So you can see like no attack speed, like I literally have no attack speed, but like I'm able to like burst somebody just with auto attack canceling. This is like the strength of this character, right? But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know if you guys want anything else in the comments. Bye bye.